Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Silence, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be at about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday. How's everybody doing? How's it going, Jamie?
It's going very well.
Very
Did
well.
you know that the meditation music was playing through?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And we're not going to get tagged for it?
Hopefully not. It's StreamYard music.
Oh, there you go. That will probably be fine.
Oh, actually, this isn't. This is YouTube's music.
Oh, well.
It's funny, though. I did use YouTube's music, and then YouTube flagged me for copyright.
All audio in this video is obtained under the Fair Use Act from a public domain.
I'm like, okay, you guys offer me this music to use in my videos, and then you flag me for it. That's just perfect.
A certain book of faces does that to me, too.
Yeah. Facial book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get into YouTube right now still.
So I was thinking, Thanksgiving was going to be before the show, but actually, I guess we're doing a show Wednesday right before Thanksgiving.
Guess what? This year my mom's birthday falls on Thanksgiving because it's
Really?
the 24th. So like every so many years,
Cool.
when she was a kid, they'd put a candle in the turkey. So this year I'm going to put a candle in the turkey.
There you go.
So right before, huh?
Yeah, I was looking that up. What's everybody else doing for Thanksgiving? Anybody going anywhere or doing anything special?
I can't believe we're already talking about this.
I know, it's just ridiculous.
It scares me.
Yep. My mom and dad and my grandparents, they were all right. The older you get, the faster time goes. I'm like, your ass is crazy. Nope.
I saw a commercial. A Christmas commercial and music. And I just said, you know what? Just go with it. We're there. It's happened. Yes, it has flown. Can't do
Yep.
anything about it. It is what it freaking is. And before we know it, we're back in February.
Yep.
And then August. And then October again.
Unbelievable.
That's why it's so much more important to really, and I've been focusing on it, trying to just be in the moment, because that's all we have is right here, right now, what we're doing, the present moment.
Yep. Yeah, make the best of them, because
Mhm.
they are going fast.
Whatever's happened already has happened. We don't know what's going to happen, but right here, right now, you can control that. You can do what you want with this right here, right now. You can feel how you want to feel right here, right now.
Whoa. Completely blacked out. It's a great way to start the night. You still there?
I'm
Everybody
here.
still here? Okay, cool.
I think it just looked like your light went out.
Yeah, all the lights on.
How was I still seeing you on the computer? Oh, backup. Because you have battery, huh? Backup on the computer?
I don't know. I don't know what.
Because you were still there with the lights off.
Oh,
Because your computer has a battery. But we still heard you. And that's your mixer.
yeah.
I don't know. You're haunted, Rob.
That's very true.
It's really hard to diagnose things when you're haunted.
Yeah. Things aren't as they seem.
I like how you got the background with the moon, though, and it matches both of our blue aesthetics.
There you go. Well, let's see. What am I doing here? I don't know.
I was gonna segue into like with the rocket ship music and maybe an article about to the moon.
To the moon and beyond. Yeah, we can do that. Old NASA finally got a break in between all the storms and this and that, failures and battery issues and who knows what, to launch the Artemis pile to the moon. Every time I say it, I always think, because Artemis Pyle lives here from Leonard Skinner, I always like, oh, they're talking about Artemis. Okay.
I was wrong. I said it wasn't going to happen ever. Not in this one. I was wrong.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking it was going to happen either. But it did. Took off the other morning. Yesterday. Was it yesterday morning?
Today, yeah. For you.
It's successfully launched. Artemis has successfully launched on its voyage to the moon. It's kind of misleading because you think, holy crap, we're going back to the moon. Not really. We're going to fly around it a few times. Spend a couple of weeks flying around looking at the moon, but we're not actually going to the moon. Supposedly until 2024. And now they're already saying, yeah, that's likely not going to happen. So, I don't know. Let me read this article here. It says, oh, man. After several scrapped launch attempts, the most powerful rocket in history has finally departed on its maiden voyage. Combination of NASA's Space Launch System, SLS, and the Orion capsule. It soared into the night sky from Kennedy Space Center in Florida early this morning on its first ever mission to the moon. Let me turn this music up just a little bit here because getting a little carried away. It its first ever mission to the moon, sorta. The launch itself provided a breathtaking spectacle as the enormous rocket, the most powerful ever built, lit up the gloom as it soared into the heavens, a testament to the ingenuity, skill, and perseverance of the scientists and engineers who designed and built it. Artemis isn't carrying any astronauts, however. Instead, serving as a trial run for a manned mission somewhere in the future. So, see, we're not really going back to the moon because there's nobody on it. It is, however, equipped with an array of monitoring instruments and experiments which will be carried on a 25-day, 1.3 million mile trip all the way to the moon and back. As things stand, the first actual attempt to land humans on the lunar surface will not be until, I'll see now, it's already 2025. Although this is likely to be pushed back at least a year due to all the delays.
Like, Elon's going to Mars before they're going to go back to the moon with people.
Yeah. Congratulations to the team that has gotten us to this moment. Go Artemis! You know, Jamie and me were talking right before the show. Last time we went to the moon, supposedly last time we went to the moon was 40 years ago. 50 years ago. Why is it taking us this long to get back to the moon, and why do we have to go in the most largest and most powerful rocket ever designed? Pop that shit together 50 years ago with like an erector set, and I mean, can you imagine computers 50 years ago? And we went to the moon with them. That's like, back in the asteroids days or Pong or what. I don't even think. No, it was before that.
Before Pong, man.
Yeah. Did we really go to the moon? I don't know. And they make a big deal out of getting there now. And, now they got this rocket. They're taking it going to the moon. Well, we're going to fly around the moon. We'll look at it from a distance and conduct.
I thought Galaxy, doesn't Virgin have that one where it's like 1 million something? And it goes, I think, out of the Earth's atmosphere or whatever. It goes to where you can look at the moon from the windows and stuff, and then it comes back.
I think so.
And that's not that big of a rocket, if I remember right.
Yeah. I don't get it, man. I don't know what to believe anymore.
I had that article I was going to read that, about the first guys supposed, on the moon talking about the aliens and things that they weren't UFOs, whatever.
Yeah.
UFOs are not supposed to talk about, but it's I even think I don't even know if I can believe that, because I don't know if that you guys even went. I don't know what to think, because I can't say definitively one way or the other. I know for a fact.
Yep. Yeah. What's the general consensus? Did we go to the moon? Have us humans walked on the moon? Yes or no?
Has America, the USA, put a boot on the ground?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, Zariana's got it right. The aliens kicked us off the moon a long time ago. Exactly. Debbie says she thinks so. I'm inclined to believe that we did. I'm like,
I want to believe we did, especially hearing the stuff that, and the way that Buzz and all them looked. They had that look on their face, either that they were, it's just it's because they knew that they were lying. I think they saw some stuff that they knew they couldn't talk about, and
either that or
talk about it.
Concerned about lying to the world that they actually went. So they were all looking like they were gonna poop themselves. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's why I can't tell.
Turquoise Diva said, yeah, her friend's father worked at NASA. Yep, my uncle worked at NASA. And I said, absolutely. I don't know, man.
I want to believe it. There's a lot of convincing stuff otherwise, but I want to believe it.
Considering all that aside, if we went there 50 years ago, what's so hard about getting there now? Technology certainly has improved, hasn't it? Or has it? I don't know. It doesn't make no damn sense, man. We did it 50 years ago, but now it's a struggle. We can't quite figure out how to do it. We got to run some tests first. Shit, I don't know. Doesn't make sense. I have a lot.
There's something weird. Maybe there's like a reason that we're not supposed to go there, that we have like a contract with like the moon people that live inside the moon.
The moon people. I did see a video today. I was almost going to pull it and show it on here. It was pretty weird. It was supposedly the moon.
Good thing you didn't. We would have got flagged for sure.
Yeah, probably. It was supposedly the moon, and it was supposedly a hole, and this rocket-looking thing was going back down into it, and then it closed up, and it just looked like a crater.
See? And I've seen those videos that Secure Team would show once in a while, where they have like the still telescopes, and you'd see like these objects, they're not satellites, going like right into the moon, like a white light disappearing in and coming back out. This one light came out, and remember when Stewie laid all the octopus eggs? Of all the eggs?
Yep.
The light did that, and there was like a ton of little lights. I'm like, that's some freaking mothercraft right there. That's like an actual mothercraft. It just lit all the babies out. Like, yep. They all went out.
Yeah, like Royal says, he spoke to people that have looked inside the capsule that we went to, and they say, no way we went to the moon in that. They said there's only some knobs and gauges and knobs in there. Yeah. I mean, it was like some
like an Atari stick.
Like you would build in your garage, you know?
Yeah.
Duct tape and baling wire and some tin and a few fancy patches here and there. I don't know. I'm just saying, if we went to the moon in that, the stuff they're building today should have no problem getting there and back safely. I did just hear what is it? The Challenger, was that the one that exploded?
Yeah, they found pieces.
Yeah, I finally found pieces and
parts. What were they doing? They were doing something else and like found it by accident.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Who knows? I don't know.
Least ran it. And we screwed it. They're like, so you can deal with your own. Well, speaking of Mars, we've got this super smart man that was born on Mars in a past life, who was sent to Earth to warn of nuclear war. And we're going to get through this before the nose starts to go. In the midst of growth,
he kind of reminds me of what's his name, Data.
That's what I was trying to think. There was two angles of him, and I'm like, who does this kid remind me of? Because if you look at the article, there's another one of him kind of looking straight on.
Yeah.
In the midst of growing fears of a nuclear war, the story of... When was this done, in fact? Wait. I'll look it up after. Super intelligent Russian man who was born on Mars in a past life was apparently sent to Earth to warn of such a conflict. News reports paint a bleak picture of the prospect of the situation in Ukraine not turning nuclear, as it appears that Putin's fingers hovering dangerously close to the big red button. I wonder if this was before Poland. And one man who claims he was a Martian in a past life was actually sent to Earth to forewarn us of such a situation, he claims. Okay, so I guess with all this stuff going on, this guy's coming forward. Real fast, I want to see when this was written. November 16th. Boriska, who lives in Russia, believed to be in his mid-20s, has baffled scientists since he was a child with the level of his intelligence and knowledge of space. Boriska said he was a pilot among the aliens and that he traveled to Earth in 1996 to warn us of an unspecified upcoming battle. His mom was reportedly always aware of her son's high IQ and even claims he used to hold his own head unsupported when he was very small and claims he started speaking at a few months old. So he was advanced. She also claims he was able to read and draw when he was just 1.5. By the time Boriska started nursery school, his teachers were impressed by his language skills, writing ability, and impressive memory. Despite his parents never teaching him about space, Boriska would often start talking about Mars, space, and alien civilizations from a very young age. I lost the rest of my screenshots. I'm trying to find it. Okay, he told them that Mars still has alien life, although it was hit with a massive nuclear catastrophe after war broke out between two sets of beings that lived on the red planet at the time, which he allegedly remembers. There were few survivors, but he says that some still exist to this day after learning how to build houses and weapons. Boriska said that the aliens on Mars breathe carbon dioxide, so if they were to come to Earth, they need to make sure they had some with them. And that's what makes me think when I say, like, if you were in radiation and breathing like space stuff, you'd have to evolve, like your skin, would probably be all tough and pruny like that. Like for the radiation, your eyes probably would be all big and weird because of all that. Kind of like, salamanders grew that bottom eyelid, to go from like land of water. People evolve.
Yeah.
So that kind of would make sense to me. He also insisted that there's lots of big secrets to be uncovered here on Earth in places including the Great Pyramid of Giza, which he says is hiding a big secret. He says the human life will change when the Sphinx is opened. It has an opening mechanism somewhere behind the ear. I do not remember exactly. That would be a trip if that did turn out, huh?
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine, the Sphinx opens up and the pyramid, takes off. And it's just been sitting there right in front of us this whole time. I always say the best way to hide something's in plain view.
Yeah, like South Park when that big head comes up, it's like the whole entire time, all you had to do is pull the book from the library box, and it's like right freaking there. Everybody's studying it, looking at it. It's like, oh my god, how many aliens flying by? Have they figured it out yet? Like all the answers to the universe just come alive.
Yep.
But I wonder, since this kid has said this, has anybody gone to the Sphinx and looked at the ear? I would.
You would think somebody would. That kid's full of crap. But just to double check, let's go look at it.
Just in case.
Just in case, Hey,
and what was the other thing? Yeah, the big secret in the pyramid of Giza. Got, check that out a little bit more, maybe.
Yeah, there's tons of secrets that some of them they probably know, and others they haven't even begun to figure out about that thing yet. There's all the theories of how it was built and how long it took and this and that. Nobody really knows. Everybody has theories.
feels like it like started there. You know, like things like started there.
What's up, Wolfie? Yeah. So these I'm gonna do 2 right now. These are both I'm gonna make kind of short, but you know, there's like, I mean, everybody dies. You know, there's some people die by natural causes. You know, some people OD on drugs. Some people get hit by cars. There's 1,000,001 ways to die. These 2, I thought were, you know, rather strange. The first one, I saw this article, and this is a pretty weird way to die. Probably drugs were involved, but man seen dancing on top of an 18-wheeler dies when it passes under a freeway overpass in Houston. Now you can see the picture there, and you can imagine, you know, hey, you're standing on top there, you're dancing, and hey, you duck down, you go under it, then you stand up. And if you forget to duck down, you get the picture of how this guy died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's let's see. Come on.
I think there's a movie like that.
Yeah. A man who was dancing on top of an 18-wheeler as it traveled down a Texas freeway died after he was knocked off the vehicle, according to police. The 25-year-old jumped or climbed on top of the truck's trailer as it traveled down East Tex Freeway on Thursday morning. The Houston Police Department Vehicular Crimes Division said in a statement Monday. The driver was not aware that there was someone on top of his moving truck dancing, according to the release. Police added, people are driving by going, pointing, you know, and he's like tooting the horn. Yeah. The man was dancing and possibly recording himself. Okay, see, there's another issue. I hope that cell phone footage comes out. Police said the man fell off the trailer and onto the freeway when the truck passed under an overpass bridge. Yeah. Footage taken of the man shared on social media. In one clip, he appeared to duck underneath the freeway overpass before standing up to his feet seconds later. The clip cuts off right before the truck reached another overpass. So yeah, you can imagine what happened there. Bang.
Oh, the people behind him.
Yeah, that's what it says. You know, I go on.
What a mess.
So one driver said, I had my hand over my hand went over my mouth with disbelief and sadness of what I had just...
his hand probably went over the windshield.
Yeah. The truck's probably doing, you know, 65 or 70. Who knows? Wham! Bam! Man. So this other guy, this is just, I saw this one like right before I was putting everything together tonight. Caterpillar fined $145,000 in connection with the death of an employee who fell into a vat of molten iron. Now, I mean, I'm sorry for this guy, you know, and his family. I mean, it's nothing to laugh about, but what a hell of a way to die, man. Fall into a vat of molten iron. Holy crap. Yeah, it says the way it happened. Well, the construction equipment manufacturer Caterpillar Inc. is facing consequences for its alleged role in the death of a 39-year-old employee who fell into a pot of molten iron at the company's Illinois foundry. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, has proposed a $145,000 fine to the Illinois-based company for failing to install required fall protection at its Mapleton job site.
Hell no.
Yeah. The victim, previously identified by Peoria County Coroner Jamie Hardwood as Steve Durkis of Peoria, was removing a sample of iron from the furnace when he slipped and tumbled into the 11-foot deep melting pot.
Oh, God.
Immediately incinerated upon making contact with the molten iron, which reached more than 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit when heated.
So he would catch on fire immediately?
I'm assuming.
I just pictured it like acid, like his body just melting into like lava.
Yeah, I mean,
But
you
it's
couldn't
not fast enough. Like he felt that.
for a second
Do
or
you
two.
think?
He did. Yeah, I mean, it's
I don't
like,
want to think of that. Someone like in quicksand.
nah, it'd be way,
That's
way faster.
terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it only took seconds before he was just I don't know. I don't know what would happen. He liquefied, vaporized, whatever, just incinerated. Yeah, no doubt, man. That's like on the list of horrible deaths. That's
And then they can't even get his remains back
no, there's like nothing left.
to like put anywhere.
And yeah. So, somebody, I mean, there's an 11-foot vat of molten iron.
That's horrible. And it's because that was an oversight because somebody was cutting corners.
Yeah. So my question now, since we're all paranormal weirdos, they got an 11-foot vat of molten iron that is being used to manufacture, who knows what parts and pieces, this and
So
that.
there's parts of him in the iron.
There's got to be parts of him or something of him, DNA of him in the iron that's going to be used for making all these parts. So are those parts going to be?
You think they still use the vat?
Probably.
Wait, how much was in it? You said some tons or
It was 11
feet.
That's a lot of iron. That's a lot of molten liquid iron. I can't imagine them just saying, "Oh, we're going to pour this out." I don't know.
Well, and once that hardens, that's like tons.
Yeah.
Probably.
Debbie says,
Oh,
sure
damn, Royal.
I mean, there wouldn't be anything left of the dude. In a pot of molten iron, if a person fell in, that'd just
It's
be
like lava.
Just be like a little spot, I don't know. Yeah, I just wonder,
what's hotter, lava or iron?
I don't know. I mean, the iron was over 2,000 degrees. I don't know how hot lava gets. Somebody Google that.
Plus, iron's like a hot metal, so maybe it like retains more heat than how lava comes out.
I know I burnt the hell out of my fingers here last week or so, and just that hurt like big time. So luckily, if you fall into a vat of molten iron, you're not going to be feeling something very long. It's going to be over.
I want that to be fast. Oh my god, that's like a nightmare to me. Like being stuck in, I don't want to talk about it, like in a car. Like when we flipped over in the car, and he's like, it should be okay. I'm like, no, this is a hybrid. I said, we got all these, 8 batteries on top of us right now. Because that's like, I said, I don't know anything about these batteries. Like, what if they start leaking and,
Yeah.
Like how people have their like things that they're like afraid of, or they think that's how they might have, like being out in the open sea has always like been really scary to me. But there's always been a thing about me and that that really affects me since I was little.
It's weird. I have fears. I used to be deathly afraid of flying. And I've been to Costa Rica, I don't know how many times, flown there, flown to California, flown here, flown there. Never did I like it, ever, and I flew to France and I was on a plane for, I don't know, 18 hours or something. I kind of got over some of it then. But every time I flew, I would be like about to crap myself, and we'd take off and I'd see the land leaving. And that first 100 or 200 feet off the ground, I'd be freaking out. But once I got, once I'm 10, 20, 30,000 feet in the air, I'm just like, oh, well, this is it. I'm not freaking out anymore. I'm just like, if I fall from here, I'm dying. There's no question about it. If I fell from 100 feet, there's a question of I might live through that, and that would probably suck.
Yeah.
But if I fell from 30,000 feet, I'm going to turn into an oil spot, you know? So I don't know. I kind of lose my fear. Same with being in the ocean. Like going out, I used to like be all nervous, you know, when I could see land. But once you're out far enough to where you can't see land, it's like, okay, this is what it is, you know?
Well, there are times we'd be out there and it gets so rough that it's like, oh shit, I think we need to, you know, put on the life jackets and take precautions all of a sudden. And then you realize like how alone you are. And I just think about like having to float till you're found, and like those movies with the people floating. I still, you know, go and do it. But, you know, it's like always been like thinking that'd be a horrible way to die, is just to float around.
Yeah.
But being scared about being trapped and like burned alive in a car or something like that is like always been since I was small. Like, so I don't like to talk about it, like dying in a fire, like burning to death is like my scary thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the only house fire I ever really was involved in was I woke up one morning and there were like flames like going up the wall in my bedroom.
I would like to talk about it and put in the universe.
Yeah. My ferrets had chewed through some wires and started a fire. Luckily we were there and woke up. But yeah.
Did you have smoke alarms?
No, I don't think we did. I just woke up to my lungs like burning.
Holy crap.
I opened my eyes and was like, holy crap.
Fast too, huh?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of horrible situations, the 15-foot doomsday fish washes up on the beach, and it makes locals afraid that they're all going to die.
You're all gonna die in there.
You're gonna die. Rachel? Locals were flabbergasted after a 15-foot oarfish, which is rumored to be a sign of impending earthquakes, drifted ashore on a beach in Chile. A video of the alleged oceanic bad omen is currently making waves online as viewers worry about a possible seismic event. Now, this was published on the 11th, I believe, yes. Footage captured the tremor, predicting fish of the deep, which has silver scales, a fiery orange head tassel, and a dorsal fin traversing its body from head to tail. The sighting was particularly rare given that the species generally resides at depths between 656 and 3,200 feet below the ocean surface. In fact, many people believe that oarfish strandings are signs that an earthquake is around the corner. Viewers of the video on social media expressed shock at seeing the reportedly prognostic, I don't know, whatever creature. Earthquake is coming, said one tweeter, while another exclaimed, we're all gonna die. You don't have to believe me, but in Chile, that fish is a sign of a bad omen, offered another viewer with their own take on the potential effect. The earthquake superstition is based on Japanese mythology, which states that the slender plankton eater will purposely rise to the surface and beach themselves whenever they believe trouble is on the horizon. These fears ramped up during the 2011 Fukushima Fukushima earthquake and tsunami, as dozens of the beasts had washed ashore in the 2 years preceding the catastrophe. However, experts have since sought to dispel the myth. The link to reports of seismic activity goes back many, many years, but there's no scientific evidence of a connection, so I don't think people need to worry, explained some guy who's a professor at a university. I believe these fish tend to rise to the surface when their physical condition is poor, rising on water currents, which is why they're so often dead when they're found. Nonetheless, the superstition still persists, with the most recent example coming last month after Mexican anglers landed one of the critters, speaking fears that a tremor was around the bend. Okay, so then after that, I noticed that there was breaking news in Jerusalem, in this Jerusalem post on November 13th, 2 or 3 days later. An earthquake of magnitude 6.1 struck off the coast of the Biobío region in central Chile late on Saturday, the European Mediterranean Seismological Center said. The earthquake was at a depth of 20 kilometers. So there was a significant earthquake 2 or 3 days after. I did look up other earthquakes, though, around Chile, and within like the week or so, there were several other smaller earthquakes. Though there was one that was like 5. I think there was like another, maybe a 6.0, with different regions around there. So I don't know how close, like, to the actual fish. But then when it just talked about the anglers pulled one up 5 days before, that might have fallen around the time that those other earthquakes had happened too. So I don't know. So can these fish, tell a foreshadowing of maybe something bad happening? Or is it just a myth?
I think animals in general can. I don't know if it's like they're like messengers, but I know my dogs, always know when it's going to storm before it storms. Just the drop in barometric pressure and, the way the air and the smell changes and everything. They're like on top of it.
You remember how I did those earthquake tests with my cats in Oakley? And I would post because like they would act a certain way, like when I had a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Like 6 out of the 10 would all do a certain thing. And I'm like, okay, we're going to have at least a 2.5 within like a 20-mile radius within an hour and a half. And then sure enough, ding, get it on my little alert. I was able to call a lot because of the cats.
Yeah.
But, we get little tiny ones a lot. But that's when we were getting the clusters.
Didn't you have one last week or so?
Yeah. And a couple off the coast. Not big enough for tsunami worry, though. I mean, far enough away, like 800 something miles off the coast. One of them.
So, here's another article that raises questions. FBI raids homes of Area 51 journalist and confiscates all his files. There's nothing to see at Area 51. But yeah, we're going to raid your house and steal all your files because you've been spying on us. Yeah, sure, there's nothing to see. So that's what they say. They say there's nothing to see. I think they're lying. This one says George Arnew is a prominent Area 51 reader who has worked on numerous documentaries and TV shows. Arnew found himself at the receiving end of the FBI raid earlier this month when agents descended upon his 2 homes in Las Vegas and Rachel and seized a large number of his possessions, including computers, cameras, and memory sticks. The incident had been subject of much speculation until Arnu himself posted an update on his website to confirm that this was what had happened. Last Thursday, November 3rd, very early in the morning, my homes in Rachel and Vegas were searched by a combined team of FBI and AFOSI, he wrote. All my laptops, phones, memory sticks, cameras, drones, and other items were seized. Each location saw at least 15 to 20 agents rummaging through our home in about 8 different vehicles. Needless to say, it was a spectacle for our curious neighbors, both in Rachel and in Vegas. In that process, I lost all my data, medical files, financial, tax records, passwords, everything. To the best of my knowledge, I have not broken any law whatsoever. The search warrants were not very specific, but aerial photos of Area 51 and other installations came up repeatedly. So I've taken those down for now to diffuse the situation. Arnu is well known for his extensive research into Area 51 and has worked on several publications, including the UFO documentary The Road to Rachel, as well as episodes of Conspiracy Theory with Jesse Ventura and Ancient Aliens. It remains unclear exactly what the agents were looking for, but it is not unreasonable to assume that they might have delved in a little too deep during this investigation. And no big surprise, so far the FBI has declined to comment on any of this case. It never happened. We don't know what you're talking about. Scumbags. Nothing to see here. Move along. Oh, we'll take that computer and this one and this drone and this memory stick.
And then they boot you in the forehead.
Yeah. Look into the flashy thing.
Yeah.
Okay. How many times?
Wiper outer.
Yeah. How many times have you flashy thinged me? Yep. There you go. I don't know. Stranger things have happened, right?
Oh, yeah. Speaking of strange things.
Royal says, Rob, just curious, do you vape anymore? Nope, I don't. I quit. Like, how long has it been?
Yay!
And so has Miss Jamie.
Yay!
Yeah, I vaped for a long time. I still got a ton of flavors and all kinds of stuff. I used to make my own liquids and all. I still got a ton of flavors if anybody's into vaping and they need flavoring. I got like a lot. I got flavor upon flavor upon flavor. Anybody wants it.
Speaking of weird, this came out. Oh, yeah. Do you? Yeah. I'm sitting here like.
Yeah, I still do. Not all the time. I'm pretty much used to it now. But yeah, like the times that I really miss it is when I get really stressed out on something, or like when I do a band gig and I take a break. It's like, shit, what do I do now? Because, you know, I don't like really hang out, and I like kind of go off, you know. I go off somewhere, go sit in my car, get something to drink, go to the bathroom, whatever. And I would always vape during breaks or the drive home.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's when I miss it, when I'm driving in traffic.
The car and like this type of thing.
Yeah.
Or like when I was getting the articles ready. It's like when I'm doing stuff like that.
Yep. And I still got all my vape gear. There's some of it sitting around. But I just don't. Once I quit, I quit.
I'm still pretty fresh into it. Like,
yeah,
maybe a month. But I was still like hitting it here and there until I ran out of the juice, like to try not to have like nicotine withdrawals, and then trying to replace like, well, what am I going to do when I feel like I need to hold it? It's like, well, like, you know, for the Halloween show, so I was holding like my props and knives and stuff. And then I got like little fidget spinners, and I just
Yeah.
breathe, pretend I'm vaping and spinning the thing. Like, all right, well, pretend I just vaped.
Yep. Yeah, I quit smoking cigarettes and stuff like a long time ago, and started vaping. And I think we were vaping for like 16 years or something. I don't know, a long time.
Yeah. When they used to be the little cartridges, like the look like little OB tampons that the doctors would give, that had the little nicotine cartridge.
Yep.
Because I stopped like 10 years smoking when my dad was sick, and had already kind of started trying them little things and stuff, and then like vape stuff started slowly coming out, like the little pens.
Yep. Although
But
in
that was what got me off cigarettes.
my studio next door here, I do have 2 cigars that have been sitting there haunting me.
Dude, I found a Cuban. Like, I was trying to find like a part the other day for something else, and in my box, a cigar fell out in a bag, and I'm like, "What's this from?" It's like a Cuban cigar from something someone gave me a long. It's like kind of stale, I think.
Yeah.
But I thought, I wonder. All right, so this is a Fox Fox thing that came out around Halloween.
A documentary.
A Foxumentary. And they have a video of it, and then Fox on Facebook will probably just want to put like a link to their like rights to it, whatever, because they have like a video where these people show some of their evidence, and it's just like another Vermont paranormal investigators reveal their findings, and they have kind of a cool little compilation of stuff, and I kind of like the way they put it together for people. I wish people in the collective would do some of that. New England paranormal investigators are a team of 9 people in Vermont who will come out and investigate if you call them. So they're paranormal investigators. They talk about going, doing a household. When you watch the video clip about the case in question, you be the judge of what's going on. This homeowner was experiencing sounds and events such as a toy being thrown at her feet, and even appearances of apparitions, including a slim person suddenly standing in her hallway inside her house. I think that's what might be in part of the clip. Typically, by the time people reach out to us, they're at a desperation level where they want us there as soon as possible to determine what's happening. I was listening to some of this, and like just from looking at it quickly, as I was kind of doing something as I was recording it, but one of the things I didn't think looked like a legit ghost picture, and some of the EVPs just seemed like maybe spilled. I don't know. I have to listen to it on here and see what you guys think. But I had a question about some of it. So they've been investigating since 2008. So they talk about people wanting to get a hold of them. I've had experienced one full apparition who stood to watch over me in bed, talking about life-changing moments. Okay, the basic audio recorder is her most used tool. And they're just talking like investigators talk. I think pretty much they're just talking about like their team and everything, and the video will show some of their evidence so you can see. I think one of the videos, there's going to be a window with a shack of the shack, which had no glass panes, a light began to form, for lack of a better word. It would intensify. Slowly, a face of what appeared to be a woman with dark hair became more fuzzy and formed. They both saw it. Then they talk about different types of hauntings. Like, this is just stuff I don't. It's like their experiences and stuff that pretty much everybody here already knows. So I can just look at some of their stuff. Where's the? Do you see it?
I didn't see it in that first part.
Oh, right there.
Heard that.
Are you able to rewind it back a little to the pictures again? All right. Because she shows the dog, and then it looks like. Oh, but was it by the door, real quick? That thing standing outside?
Yeah, I guess right there.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I saw a closer picture of it. I'm like, that looks like a person just standing out there.
There's a person, looks like a person there, and then it looks like a little kid standing right there on that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess, yeah, there's the. That was a good EVP if that was it.
So that's what I was wondering about. Because they almost sound like the same, like a tone of voice. See, again, it's like that same kind of voice. Yeah. Like an old man. Oh, it shooed the cat. I talked over it. You saw the cat go and it goes shoo.
Cat's like, what the hell? Yeah, those are a trip. Speaking of EVPs, I have that one when Jason was here. And I got like maybe 5 minutes alone in the basement of the lighthouse.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. See what you guys, if you can hear this, if see what it sounds like to you, and then I'll tell you what I hear.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Who is in here right now?
Do it again.
Who is in here right now?
hear it, but I can't make it out.
I say who's in here right now, and then it's like a few seconds of nothing. And to me, it sounds like, yeah, Royal says Auntie or Andy. To me, it sounds like it's me, but I don't know if that's right or not.
Play it again.
Who is in here right now? Who is in here right now?
There's definitely two syllables, like not even like Richard.
Yeah, I can't figure out what it's. I hear something.
There's two syllables.
Yeah. Yeah, Royal says Auntie. I could see that. Auntie or Andy.
But I feel like I hear like an R, like the second syllable starts with an R almost.
Yeah. Debbie says you won't believe it. Christina says Godfrey. Could be that. I don't know. I mean, names that.
Yeah, definite response.
Yeah, it's something. I just can't quite. I haven't like delved into it, like like dissected it and tried to like enhance it or anything. That's just.
Or it me.
Play it again. Okay.
Like without the S, like not it's maybe like it me.
Who is in here right now?
That sounds like it's. That would sound like it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hear the it's. I do hear the it's on that second playback there. I turned my thing up too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a response. And like I say, I mean, there were several people there, and
it might be it's me, because the second part was really short and fast and quiet, like it's.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I say, if anybody's tried to do EVPs when there's a bunch of people around, it's almost impossible. But
oh yeah,
we were in there, and then for some reason everybody left, and I went back in there by myself, and I'm like, holy crap, I'm in here by myself. I got to do a couple of EVPs.
Oh yeah.
And I had literally like maybe 5 minutes before some other people came in. But out of the ones that I got, I think I tried like 5, and that was one response I heard. And I can't.
It's pretty cool.
What it says, but it says something.
It's a response.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Debbie says it sounds like Andy, and then a couple seconds later says you won't believe it. Yeah, I mean, names that would be relevant for there would be Rasmussen, like Captain Rasmussen is one of the lighthouse tenders and ghosts that's there. So Rasmussen, it's me.
Me.
Yeah, it could be that. Peter Rasmussen. Yeah, I don't know. Weird. Anyway, moving on to your video reminded me of that one.
It's pretty cool. I'm gonna go grab a Red Bull really, really, really fast.
All right, grab me one too. I'm drinking
okay.
LaCroix. LaCroix. I don't even know what flavor it is. Strawberry. Pineapple strawberry. I'm getting all tropical on y'all. share the screen. This one, everybody heard this except me, apparently. But secretive X-37B space plane returns to Earth after 908 days in orbit. Secretive spacecraft. They're like, no, we don't have any secrets. We don't have any military secret spacecraft. Well, I mean, except for a few here and there, that we forgot to mention. Move along. At the end of the spacecraft's current mission is marked by a series of sonic booms over Florida on Saturday, resembling a miniature version of NASA's now retired space shuttles. This pint-sized robotic space plane was passed over to the U.S. Department of Defense back in 2004 and has embarked on a series of secretive orbital missions, sometimes spending over a year at a time in space. Its latest mission began on May 17, 2020, when it launched into the heavens atop the United Launch Alliance's Atlas V rocket from Cape Canaveral, Florida. As is typical with the X-37B's activities, most of its mission objectives have been kept confidential. Though we know that it was conducting a number of experiments for NASA, including a study into the effects of long-duration space flight on seeds. Just like its Chinese counterpart, which was in part in the news just last week, it's not difficult to imagine that it had also been carrying out some sort of clandestine surveillance. What were they looking at? People on the moon? Who knows? Just saying. Its return to Earth at the weekend after 900 days in orbit was marked by a series of loud sonic booms that could be heard for miles around as it came into land. The X-37 continues to push the boundaries of experimentation enabled by an elite government industry team that is behind the scenes. No, there's no elite secretive government teams. That's a conspiracy. No, they're telling you right here that they exist. Said the program director, Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Fritzschen. I don't know how to say that name. Fritzschen. The ability to conduct an on-orbit experiment and bring them home safely for in-depth analysis on the ground has proven valuable for the Department of Air Force and scientific community. The addition of the service module on OTV-6 allowed us to host more experiments than ever before, and more surveillance than ever before, and more secretive surveillance and missions that they don't want to tell us about. So exactly what is old X-37 up there? Little pint-sized X-37. What is it doing? We'll never know. Doesn't exist, right? It's gone, just like this. Poof. It's gone. You never saw it.
So many ideas.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah,
could be like keeping track for alien stuff, or it could be military.
Yep. Or they're just seeing how seeds work in space. So they can take them to the moon. Well, they said that their main experiments was to see how seeds would react in space.
I think they're doing that, like in the space.
Damn straight they're doing it. They're growing corn on Mars. Didn't you hear?
Yeah, my brain isn't functioning tonight. The International Space Center, like they're bringing lots of seeds and organs and things, trying to grow. Did you know that they now make blood?
Yeah.
I did an article about that. Yeah, manufactured blood.
Yeah, just what I want. Some synthetic blood. Okay.
Yeah. It's like how you're making blood. But yeah, they're doing a lot of different experiments on body parts and DNA up in each of these. When they send the payloads up there, a lot of the SpaceX stuff that's going up that they get back has to do with all that, those experiments.
Yeah, like JL says, where is the funding for this stuff coming from? You mean for those secretive aircrafts with the secretive missions that they don't want to tell anybody? They just happen to
Black budget.
siphon some money from somewhere. Because, you know, I mean, what's that going to cost? A couple $100? You know? Yeah. Yeah. I used to hear sonic booms. Yeah, especially, you know, when the space shuttle was always coming home. Yeah, you'd always hear them, man. They would like rock the house. Yeah, knock stuff off the shelves. Exactly. They were like no joke, man. It was like a boom. You felt them.
When they land on the pad or when they land in the water?
Those would come back in the water.
Oh, no.
The capsule. No, space shuttle would land, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm getting it mixed up. Yeah, those would land.
Yeah, one of them's I know they like go back to the launch spot, and the other one's like splash off in the water, and the people like come out.
Come out of the pool.
Anyways,
you know, like the people that went to the moon 50 years ago.
They do all the carbon monoxide testing and stuff before they can come out.
Yeah, compression chambers and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. All right, so we've got hooker ghosts that have taken over a rental property.
Hell yeah.
This was also a Halloween article that I had to spread out over time because there's a lot of weird that week.
Something's definitely spreading out at this house.
This is Fox News also, and there's an article. I mean, there's actually a Jesse Waters interview with this woman, and I think I did see this, and I tried to record it, but I missed it, like around Halloween. But this Texas woman made a spooky discovery about her rental home in Gainesville after several renters claimed it was haunted. Linda Hill, owner of Hill House Manor, told Jesse Waters Primetime Monday that she was taking a shower when she heard someone say, "Looking good." "I thought it was my husband. I mean, he and I were the only ones in the house," she said. However, it was not her husband making the comments. It was a ghost, she added. "I spoke to him. You know, he told me I was looking good. I said thank you, and I asked him what he had been doing that day. We had a conversation and he left," she explained. She added that she believes that the home has many different types of ghosts. "We've got kids, we've got old people, old guys, we've got hookers. The most common type of ghost that comes around are hookers," Hill claimed. "Male renters," she said, have told her that they felt somebody stroking their face, stroking their arm, or touching their shoulder. Host Jesse Waters quiped that the good thing about a hooker ghost is you don't have to pay it. "That's right," Hill responded. "They try to stir up business, but they can't figure out a way to conclude the transaction, so nothing ever happens." But if you want to throw on that bean footage.
I'm trying to, and it's not playing.
Did I send you the video or the thumbnail again? That's the thumbnail.
Thumbnail, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I ain't got any whores in there.
I'm looking for a hooker. A succubus. Does it look like this? Oh, did I send it to you or back to me?
Can you send it on my?
Yes, I can.
For some reason, I can't get it off the messenger.
Okay, that's me.
The technical difficulties.
Let's see.
Yeah, do they pay rent? Yeah. Do they pay a hooker's do they pay a house fee? Do they clean up?
This isn't a flop house. I think she's trying to gain up business for her.
Yeah.
That
Did it send on your end?
it's almost there. It's half. It's almost there.
It's halfway. She's taking her
It's
time.
got a little smidge. You know, that got all this Wi-Fi going on.
Yeah, there's a place here in town that has a lady of the evening supposedly haunts it.
Oh, ladies of the evening are good.
Yeah.
Always good for a good time.
Yep.
Oh, it's still hanging on. Let me trick the Wi-Fi.
Hanging on by a thread. I might be able to play it out of Messenger. Let me give it a shot, maybe.
Oh, I guess I didn't send it to you in here earlier.
Yeah, I went to play it. It had the play button, but it was just a picture.
Yeah, I see that now. And it was for the wrong.
Let's see if this will work. Hey, this might work. Hey, stop.
It's like
Don't get
sitting
it.
right on the damn end.
Here we go. I think this might do it. Play it from Messenger.
Oh, smidgen.
What I saw shocks me to my core.
I've had sex with a few
things.
ghosts. I got pregnant.
Those poor ghosts. But it begs the question, do ghosts have libido? Well, the owners of Hill House Manor in Gainesville, Texas seem to think so. Linda Hill and her husband own a property that used to be an old bordello. And the ghosts that live there are very on brand. They're not scary. They're sexual. Linda claims she once was taking a shower and a dark figure outside the curtain yelled, "Looking good." The Hills tried renting out the house for a few years, but nobody would last more than 6 months. Today, people are back to renting it out by the night to investigate paranormal activity, of course. Owner of Hill House Manor, Linda Hill, joins me now. So, Linda, you're not putting me on. This really happened?
No, this really happened.
It wasn't some creepy
it was an
guy that
afternoon.
you
It was the
forgot
middle
you
of the day.
invited over, giving you a compliment during your shower?
No. It was, I thought it was my husband. I mean, he and I were the only ones in the house. And I spoke to him. He told me I was looking good. I said, thank you. And I asked him what he'd been doing that day. And we had a conversation and he left.
So you were
30 seconds
showering
later,
and the ghost kind of came on to you. What else have you noticed about these sexy ghosts?
Sexy ghost.
we've got all kinds of ghosts. We've got kids and we've got old people, old guys, and we've got hookers. That's what you're talking about, is the hookers of Hill House Manor. They tend to come on to men because they tend to be hookers. And like, men will report having somebody has stroked their face or stroked their arm
He's stroking
or
something.
touched them on the shoulder. Can I be heard over the train?
Wow,
Yes.
I mean, that's paranormal right there.
We knew it would time out perfectly for this.
You get it?
And it
They're
did.
horny.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Halloween. They're really honking those horns. Well, I guess the good thing about a prostitute ghost is you don't have to pay her.
That's right. That's
You
right.
pay with
And
your
they try to
soul.
stir up business, but they can't figure out a way to conclude the transaction, so nothing ever happens.
Yeah. Just Venmo.
but the guys like it.
Oh, I bet the guys love it. Guys love anything.
Now we had one follow a guy home one time,
It's like
and
every time she
he
starts
reported her being there for about 3 or 4 days. And then after that, he got tired of it. And I said, well, tell him to come home.
Yeah.
And so he did. He told them to go home, and they did. She came back up here.
Well, that's what
Left him
Charlie
alone
Sheen
after
said
that.
when someone asked him why he had prostitutes. He goes, well, I don't pay him to have sex with me. I pay him to leave. Linda, I got to run, but I think we know what's going on there. And I'm a believer. Thank you so much, and happy Halloween.
Thank you. You too.
I was watching The View the other day, and what I saw shocked me to my core.
Man, that damn horn was like going off big time. Every
I
time.
don't
she go to-
understand. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
What does she name? She could seek under Weird Wednesday page. So you're okay. That's her watching on the paranormal page. So something wrong on. Let me see. On Weird Wednesday page.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Like, depending on if you're on the Weird Wednesday page or my page or the Old City Vapors page, you probably get a different chat window.
Oh, seriously?
I don't know.
No, because it's still the same link.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, it's still on the same link. So, yeah, it shouldn't be different. I don't know. Questions to ponder through the evening. Let's see. Where am I going? Do I have anything else in here?
Oh, you do? Wait. Different chats on when you join. Okay, so right now I'm in Weird Wednesday. I see Azariana. I see Royal. I see Debbie. And then I'm going to my JJ Paranormal page. And my page has Debbie Royal and Azariana. And then Kick It. It has the same with Turquoise. And then when I go to my profile, it's all the same. And that's on my phone. I have to actually look up at our StreamYard chats.
Yeah, that's the only one I'm.
Otherwise, I don't see anything.
But yeah, if you're on YouTube, you won't see all the Facebook chats until I post them up in the video. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the YouTube and the Facebook ones are different till we put them on the screen. Like that's it. Janice on YouTube. That's Debbie on Facebook. All right.
Well, this one's another hunter that captures alleged Bigfoot on camera during a trip to Birch Forest. And there's a little video to go along with this, but you know, as usual, it ain't the greatest. Another video clip of an alleged Sasquatch has appeared online, but it's really an unknown hominid or just a prankster in a suit. The footage was uploaded on the YouTube channel NVTV yesterday begins with a brief backstory stating that the individual who submitted it was a hunter and had been out in the woods when he saw something unexpected and decided to hide in the bushes to get a closer look. When the creature moved away, he attempted to follow it, but it was too quick and he couldn't keep up. No specific details of exactly when and where the video was recorded were provided, of course. The identity of the individual who submitted the clip also remains a mystery, of course. The footage itself, which does seem to show a bipedal hominoid of some kind traipsing through the forest, is certainly interesting, but it's impossible to tell for sure if it's a genuine creature. As with many of the clips of this nature, it will be fairly easy to fake the footage, and we certainly can't rule out the possibility that it's simply a person in a Bigfoot costume. You look and you decide for yourself below and see what you think. So I got a couple of clips of the video here. And I have a couple questions. Well, I've got questions about everything, don't I? Jeez, I don't believe anything. So here's the video is going to play, and it's going to show a few Snapchats. It's going to show a few snapshots of the creature, and then it'll show it moving. So here we go with this being horrific evidence. So there's a still of it. You know, is it a Bigfoot? I mean, you know, pictures are one thing. I'll tell you when the motion comes in, I'll tell you what my beef with this video is. And of course, there's no face shot. It's just kind of these profile shots. So here we go. Here it's moving. And, you know, if I was out in the woods and I saw this, I'd be freaked out. There's no doubt about it. But there's one part which I didn't get. There's one part when the guy first walks up, he like, you know, these aren't very big trees, but he's like hiding behind one of them, and he's making a bunch of racket. Sounds like he's taking the lens cap off his camera or something, and he's getting it, you know, you hear all this clickety clacking, and he's like breathing hard. And this Bigfoot is, you know, you see how far away he is. Now, my issue with that is I think that Bigfoot, if he was really a Bigfoot and it was really that close, he would hear this guy or smell this guy or something being that close, especially crunching leaves and, like, you know, following after this thing. He would, you know, come on. Bigfoot's didn't just fall off the carrot truck, you know. He's pretty adept at he's like the king of hide and seek. So why could this guy like make a bunch of racket and step on sticks and bang his camera around and still be able to get video of it? That's my issue. Could have been a deaf Bigfoot. I don't know. Could have been drunk. He could have ate the berries, got a buzz, and was just stammering around. Anything's possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's just my issue with it, though. That's what makes me want to say, I'm calling some horse pocky on this one.
Some horse pocky.
Saskatchewan.
Scratch watch. Can't remember what we used to call it. Oh, the video didn't even go through to you. Snatch crotch.
Exactly. Bigfoot don't care. Ain't nobody got time for that.
The cheese slap gets me every time.
Oh, yeah.
Just open it back up to the cheese slap. Why?
The cheese slap is pretty good.
Mm. Okay, this is one that ass crack squatch. Bigfoot, just they don't care. They don't have to care. This is one that Zach sent us. Police in Arizona warn against buying owls from strangers while on drugs.
But read that again now. Let's make sure everybody gets that.
Police in Arizona warn against buying owls from strangers while you're on drugs. Not while the owl's on drugs.
Or not while the owl seller's on drugs, but while you're on drugs.
You're on drugs. So don't get high. Go out, find a stranger with a really fluffy, cool-ass owl, and take his offer.
I gotta admit, I've been high a few times, and I've never once had the desire to go out and find an owl to buy.
I might not have gone out with the desire, but had a stranger walked by with an owl for a fee,
Yeah,
I might have came home and said, I got a new pet owl.
Yeah. it's true. I wonder if that's a trending thing now. People are like, hey, let's go find the stoners and sell them owls.
That'd be pretty fucked up. I hope not. But I would have bought an owl. I'm not even going to lie. I would have bought an owl. I'd be like, an owl? I will buy that at whatever cost.
Yeah.
And bring it home with me. No, I lived in the country and we had barn owls and we got owls all over. But I've always wanted my own little owl. I can barely reach. Wait. Right here, I got my little baby hooter.
That's some nice hooters you got there.
Isn't it? The eyes are like cameras. Look.
Yeah, they are. I'm watching you.
His little bent bird beak with gold. Piggy, my little hooter. So why should we not buy owls from strangers while on drugs? You might ask. Police in Arizona made one of the strangest public service announcements in law enforcement history. See, and by the end, my nose is better every time. It's that 45 minutes.
A weird paranormal nose.
Police in Arizona made one of the strangest public service announcements in law enforcement history this week. The Payson Police Department would like to take this opportunity to encourage the public not to use methamphetamine, or you may find yourself illegally purchasing a wild owl for $100 in the middle of the night from strangers at a local gas station, the Payson Police Department said in a Facebook post on Wednesday. That's screwed up to whoever sold a drug addict a live animal.
Hey, we sold 14 owls to the meth heads tonight.
You know they're not responsible people. How can you give animals? Now I'm pissed off. I want to know who these owl peddlers are.
Owl peddlers. I seen that feller down there peddling the owls the other night.
Wait, what? While oddly specific, the warning isn't as random as it might seem, and actually came too late for one man. Officers conducting a traffic stop early Wednesday found a young owl next to the driver. The man apparently had done exactly what the above PSA says not to do when offered a wild bird. Police ended up booking the driver on multiple counts, including aggravated DUI, possession of meth, and possession, transport, purchase of wildlife. The owl had minor injuries and was being. Yes.
I was just responding to Christina. She said, "Who wants an owl?" I was like,
Oh, yeah. Minor injuries. Now I'm pissed. Now I'm more pissed. It was turned over to the Arizona Game and Fish Department. While the announcement was good for a laugh, it has a serious point. The Pace and Police Department would like to remind the public that wildlife should remain wild, the Post said. It is illegal to possess, transport, buy, or sell wildlife unless expressly permitted by Arizona Reserve statutes. Yeah, you're supposed to like get permits and things for certain stuff, and like, dude, come on. A meth head, really? You're gonna $100, and the meth heads bought an owl for $100. They could get 10 baggies for one owl,
"Yep,
and they chose the owl.
yeah, that's impressive." Chose an owl over meth.
Yeah,
Hmm.
probably didn't realize that they needed the money later in like 10 minutes, but
Owl was made out of meth. I don't know.
maybe he
Then-
told them the owl like shit meth.
Yeah,
It shits little rocks.
it will lead you to a pile of meth. All your
If you
dreams.
follow, yeah, like the pot of gold on the other side of the rainbow.
Going back to the meth camp, it'd be like Jack and the
That's
Beanstalk, instead of trading them, by getting magic beans. I got a magic owl, man.
yeah. He's gonna lead me to all the magic crack rocks.
Sirianne says, do they sell gators in Florida? Believe it or not, they used to. They don't anymore because
I have a crap load of gator heads from Florida.
yeah, they sell gator skulls and teeth.
I left them with like one of my exes because like I kept ending up. I had like a big one and a small. People kept giving to me. When I went there, I seen like just racks and racks of them. But I'm like, you can keep the gator heads.
Arrgh.
I mean, they're interesting, to look at, but it's like it's really sad when you see.
Yeah, they used to sell baby gators here. I had one. My dad brought me home one. My stepdad brought me home one when I was a kid, but then somebody figured out, hey, these things get to be like 12, 13, 14 feet. So maybe it's not a good idea to be selling these to little kids.
And they need to eat large food.
Yeah. But yeah, don't think that a little, foot long little baby alligator can't bite, because let me tell you, I know for experience, they can bite the
Give you
living hell.
stitches, man.
Yeah, they hurt when they bite. I mean, it's not like, it's not like you're gonna lose a finger or anything, but man, it's like, how like cat teeth are, kitten teeth. Gators, little baby gators, just latch on to you and they don't want to let go.
Plus, the teeth go different directions, don't they?
Yeah, it's not a fun experience. It's not an enlightening learning experience. It's a learning experience because you learn, I don't want to get bit by this damn thing anymore.
And that's how so many ended up in like sewers and toilets and stuff.
Yeah.
Mailboxes. Next show, I should have some new cards. Lori's not here. I ordered a new deck.
Yeah, I got this one. I haven't used yet, and it is the Empaths Oracle deck.
I was looking at the Empath. I was actually looking at that.
Oh yeah,
I'm trying to find. Yeah.
nice. I got that from my friend Diane at the Peaceful Spirit.
I'm getting the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck.
That one looks cool.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that one until you showed me a picture of it.
Wait, yours is the what?
Mine is the empaths.
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah, I think that's the one I put into my with my wish list.
yeah, so I don't know. Back to that whole moon thing. I don't know what I think. I want to think, yeah, we went to the moon. But I still have that huge question of why haven't we been back? They were like, yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah.
We did it in a monkey made contraption of nuts and bolts and a couple toggle switches and a prehistoric computer system. But we can't do it. We can't replicate it 50 years later. It's too hard. I think society in general is getting dumber.
For
I mean,
sure.
They lower, to like graduate school, they lower the grades now, so it's
Totally
easier.
dumbing down.
Yeah.
Lowering the bar and dumbing everybody down.
Yep. So I don't know. Weird mishaps. So yeah, I was asking her at the beginning of the show what everybody was doing for Thanksgiving. Some people are going here, spending time with family, hanging out. I'm going to my brother-in-law. I guess my brother-in-law's house for Thanksgiving this year. So
Oh,
we
how
asked him
far?
how far. It's in the house that I used to live in,
That's what, okay.
out on the river, and a house out by the river.
Down by the river.
Yeah. Said, hey, what do you want us to bring? Nothing. So it's like, I don't have to cook anything for Thanksgiving this year.
Holy cow, really? Are you going to bring some?
He said don't bring anything, but we'll probably bring something, but I'm probably going to cook a turkey anyways.
So you have your own leftovers and your own stuff.
Yeah, just because.
See how expensive they are? Like, so expensive.
Yeah, I was in Publix here yesterday, looking at turkeys, and yeah, some of them are way crazy, but they actually had some that were pretty reasonable.
I think my mom's going to get like a turkey breast because we're not doing like a bill thing.
Yeah.
What'd you see it for though?
They had a bunch in, like the $15 to $20 range. Some a little cheaper.
How many pounds?
Well, like 14, 13, 12.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. She said she like seen some and she's like, oh my gosh, they're so horrible. Let me see this. Turkey.
Yeah. Like Royal says here, the chip in a G-Shock watch is 1,000 times more powerful than the computers during the space program back in the 60s. Exactly. And we supposedly went to the moon several times, but now we can't. Well, we can. They say we are, but we're not. Because there's nobody on the Artemis. And it's not going to actually land on the moon. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to believe. It's like I ask a question, get an answer, and it makes me ask 10 more questions.
Yeah.
What was his name that supposedly made the lunar landing movie that died a while back?
Yeah.
The famous movie guy that, supposedly said, oh, yeah, that was all just a hoax.
I can't remember.
it Francis Ford Coppola? No, it wasn't him, was it? What the hell was his name? I don't know. Yeah, Papa Krampus is calling BS on it. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think. I mean, oh, man, like, what is it gonna? If it just playing devil's advocate, what if it comes out that was all bullshit? We've never set foot on the moon. What if that comes out? What is that going to make everybody think about everything? That's like a secret.
You really can't believe shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I already. Yeah, I already know that. Like in my heart and my mind, I already know that. But
you still have faith in some shit not being bullshit.
I know.
So you got to look out for bullshit. But is everything bullshit?
Yeah.
This whole life been a lie? Like, this really is a simulation? And
are we in a simulation? Exactly.
Yeah.
Feed them this story and see if we can get them to believe it.
Mm-hmm. TV programming.
Exactly what it is. I do know this much. Yeah. It's like, who killed Kennedy? Why did they kill Kennedy? Why is it?
Yeah.
How many people were?
Forever they said it was, homeboy, when it turned out to be more than one.
Yeah, you can't trust anybody in government.
Oh, and if they say, especially, and I've been saying it for years, like the FBI say, trust you? You could trust us? No, that's when you don't trust them. That's the reason a lot of my clothes have plastic handcuff keys sewn into certain places. And I've been doing that for 15, 20 years because I don't trust anybody. And if I get taken above my, from my will, get snatched up for whatever stupid thing, because like all of a sudden a cop can read my eyes and they say, wait, you might be a suspect in this. We're just going to cuff you up and throw you away. I will unlock myself and duck and jump and duck and tuck. Jump, tuck, and roll.
Where is she? She was in the back seat. Where the hell did she go?
She MacGyvered herself out because you're not taking me.
Yep, you never know. You never know these days what could happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
You always sometimes just think everything's cool, but everything's not cool.
Not by a long shot.
Yeah. I mean, just driving down the road, doing 55, just cruising down the road. The only thing that separates you from the driver coming at you is a freaking line in the road, just a painted line in the road. That's it. But yet a lot of people put faith in that painted line. I don't trust shit. I see people walking out, go to the grocery store. People just walk out across, in front of drivers,
expecting that they're just going to see them or stop.
Pedestrians have the right of way. Hey, don't you know I got the right of way? My mom used to slap a knot on my head if I didn't look both ways twice.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And people don't even they don't even look anymore. They just walk out
with their phone down, looking at their phone.
Yeah, I don't trust people. I know how I drive sometimes, I wouldn't trust myself as a driver coming at me to not see me. Oh. Yeah. I can't drive 55. Whew. I know when I go anywhere nowadays, I'm on the interstate and I'm doing, the speed limit's 70 and I'm doing 80 and people are passing me like I'm sitting still. crazy. I had guys on motorcycles the other day pass me on the interstate in the emergency lane. They had to be doing like,
Because I know there's no they're not get. Well, no, you guys still get tickets since you have Law and Order.
hell yeah, we get tickets. You're doing over
See,
100 miles an hour, they take your ass to jail. They just don't ticket you. They like throw your ass in the clink.
depending where you're at, cops don't even want to like pull you over out here.
Yeah.
Unless like you're in like Yuppie, Livermore, then the crazy girl with the black and the skulls on her car needs to take her tint off.
Yeah, exactly. You troublemaker, you with a dark
I
tint.
know. With my legal tint.
Did you ever take it off?
Yeah, I had to.
Oh man, that sucks.
They said I could have put it back on, but then I'd be risked because the cop that signed up goes, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, you can see me through it." Like the people seen me through the car when I pulled up. I said, "Plus, this isn't illegal. Like, the gauge I was at was fine. I was close to it being illegal, but I wasn't. You could see me." And even the cop and people have their tint a lot darker out here. And the guy who signed my ticket goes, "I can't believe he pulled you over for that." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So I know he needed a quota. He needed to get that revenue.
Yep.
But it was a fix-it ticket.
Jeez.
And I didn't end up paying anything except crying once the tint got ripped off.
Yeah. Yeah, every time I've gotten tent put on my car, they're like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "I want the limo shit."
Yeah, straight limo.
The
I
limo.
want my car murdered out.
Yep. But now that I'm getting old, it's like my van has limo tent on the back windows, which is good because I haul my band gear around in there.
Except nighttime.
Yeah, man, I'm getting old now, and it's like backing up. I'm like, damn, can't see out of these damn windows. Yep. The old eyesight is. I guess I need to eat more carrots, right?
Yeah.
That'll fix it.
More carrots will fix it. It's like God made it look like an eyeball when you cut it.
Yep, that's true.
Right. I'm with you there, Papa.
Yeah, I love that meme that I seen going around. It was like kids of today, they go out partying or go to the club and they take
That was my meme.
was it? Yeah.
Yeah. They go home and they can't work tomorrow. I mean, they party and can't go to work tomorrow.
Yeah. And I do remember like going out, partying all night, getting home, never even go to sleep or take a shower or anything, go to work. Still got the damn band on your hand, I remember.
I didn't even sleep because you just have to keep going. You're in the same clothes, smelling like the club. And you remember, I used to teach back then. Like those are the years where I was like a school director and a teacher coming in. I had my changes of like stuff in the car so I could throw, wristband, hand stamp, just keep going. No time to sleep.
Yep.
And the only time I couldn't even call in sick when I was sick. So I was like the head teacher. There was like no one to be there. Like I had to be there. There wasn't calling in sick. Like
yeah, exactly.
I have like 38 people relying on me, and I can't just call in sick.
Yeah.
Then the parents can't go to work.
It's a whole chain of events. If you're not.
Yeah. People know, they're silent quitting. Only want to put in as much effort. I almost beat this guy's ass at Rite Aid the other day. Walgreens. He's on the phone. I'm like trying to call through a department. On hold. They're like, our phones are messed up. You got 2 callers ahead. It'll be about, I was on hold for an hour and 20 minutes. And because I knew that their phones were like really bad. And I didn't want to drive out there because it's gas. And it all of a sudden switches and goes to the front desk. And I get this little smart ass kid. He kind of sounds like Tyler in a way. And he's, kind of like that smart ass voice. And I'm like, I was just on hold for an hour and a half, got disconnected from, them. Can you just put me back through? And he goes, yeah, it's a shame. We need to work on that. Work on that system, don't we? I'm like, yeah. So can you put me back through? Yeah, sure, I can do that. I'm like, he ain't doing it. All of a sudden, it goes ring and beep, beep, beep. But that little mother, because he don't care.
No.
You don't care. I did drive down there the next day and I looked for him. I think I know which one he was. But I was so mad when he did after an hour and a half. I'm like, oh, I want to.
Yeah, I had about had a meltdown, and I sort of had a little bit of a meltdown in Walgreens the other day, but it could have been a lot worse, but I refrained. But yeah, I was in there, and I got some shampoo and some soap and some other stuff, and there was a little bottle of cologne that I want to get. I've been wanting to get it, and it was finally on sale,
Okay.
Diesel.
Oh,
It was finally on sale, so I'm like, and I got like reward points or whatever, so I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna get this. And I'm standing there, standing there. Nobody's coming over to help, so I kind of walk around looking for somebody that works there, and I find a person, and she's like, oh, do you need some help? And I'm like, yeah, I need somebody to unlock the cologne thing over there. Oh, let me get somebody right for you right away. So I went back over there, stood there. This guy comes out and he kind of looks at me, turns around and walks back to the cashier thing, and he starts ringing people up over there. And I was just like, I'm done. I just I was going to flip out. I'm like, nope. I just had a little cart full of stuff. I just set it all down. I'm like, y'all can put that shit back on the shelf yourself. And I just walked out. I didn't buy anything. I went right across the street to CVS and bought my shampoo and stuff.
it's like check stands are getting shorter. They can't get people to stay in to work, and people are getting burnt out, working late. It's just mixed with the good, people who have actual work ethics mixed with the non-worth ethics, and then the whole mess of just the confusion and everything. When you actually do get someone that's doing their job and being helpful, that's when I want to talk to the manager. Like, I just want to tell you, your employee did such an awesome job. Like, I am so happy, because it's so rare now to get good help or any help. Get a human being on the phone.
Yeah. It's like an act of something. Well, anyways, it's 2:02 here on the East Coast.
2 and 2, right back at you. Remember that?
Yeah. So y'all have a great week. Coming up, looking towards Thanksgiving. I don't know who's on Paranormal Soup Sunday. Do you? I don't. But we'll probably be there.
We probably will.
We probably will. So we'll catch y'all then. Thanks for hanging out with us as usual. Say what?
We don't have a flyer.
There is no flyer. So we do not know. All right. That's it. We're out of here. Thanks. Y'all have a great week. And we'll catch you next week for Weirdo Wednesday. Okay then. Bye-bye.